All right, second round of the Vermont State Tournament for boys varsity soccer in Division 4. West Rutland coming onto the field in whites. They had a first round bye. And tonight they are facing Whitchester. Whitchester with a win over South Royalton. Whitchester the 7, South Royalton the 10. West Rutland field unplayable today. Rutland High School kind enough to let us use this beautiful facility with the lights. Does not look like we're going to have a clock tonight. We'll do our best estimating how much time is left. West Rutland's going to start with the ball. This is a senior-laden team with a lot of firepower. They had a very successful season, and they're hoping to make a run deep into the tournament and hopefully play on Saturday the 5th for a title. West Rutland comes in with a record of 10-2-2. Whitchester 8-5-1. Whitchester had a 5-2 win over South Royalton, 7-0 loss to Northfield, 3-2 loss to Williamstown, 11-1 win over Blue Mountain, 1-0 win over Danville, 5-3 loss to South Royalton, 8-1 win over Chelsea, 4-0 win over Black River, 3-0 win over Sharon, 5-1 over Twinfield, and we've got action. We'll come back to the records and results of earlier in the season as we have time here. A lot of lines on the field. Yellow is going to be the out of bounds line on the sides. Whitchester has one exceptional player. His last name is Gillette. I'm not sure what number he is, but I don't think it's going to take long to figure it out. That might be him right there, number 23. He's had a very successful high school career thus far, and I'm guessing has done the majority of the damage for Whitchester. All right, that's number 11, Brian Maxim Sr. Plays to Kyle Laughlin. Laughlin looks to Tyler Groh, number 6, who's pursuing on the sideline. And Whitchester sends that ball near the front. West Rutland with a step, and now Whitchester may play this corner and then see if they can get it in front. That's a little bit of a missed touch right there. Maybe a little bit of nerves. And carries out. We've got a West Rutland throw, number 4, Brendan Harvey sporting the toque. And we've got a reversal on that call. Now it's a Whitchester throw, and they're going to look corner. Harvey pursues, and that ball carries out off the end line. And it's going to be a West Rutland goal kick. Jordan Johnson, another senior on this team, has been handling goal kick duties. He's number 3. Tremendous defender. He's had a great season for Westside. And Johnson puts the foot to that ball out near midfield. Whitchester first 2. They play near sideline. 7's going to look for 23 in the corner. I believe that's Gillette. And he's got a boatload of moves. He slips Johnson, tries to get that ball to the front, and West Rutland there. I believe that's Brian Maxim on the charge. He gets off the ball, and he finds 5, Jacob Dow. Didn't recognize him. He's sporting a toque as well. It is chilly out there. And Whitchester, first to that ball. Up, near midfield, settle. Tyler Groh's going to turn and play wide. West Rutland player loses his footing there, and now Groh handles. He looks to come middle. That is Eric Maxim, number 7, one of the more dynamic players in Division 4, weaving, and he's got a roller. That one had a chance. Maxim sends it in. Couldn't tell if the keeper got a hand on that or not. We're setting up for a goal kick, so must be not, but dangerous try for Eric Maxim right there. He leads the team in scoring. He's a finisher, for sure. And young, only a sophomore, I believe. So, Whitchester, first goal kick. West Rutland's going to see if they can turn this right back into the offensive zone here. Header, another header. We got a player that just went down hard. I believe that might be Tyler Groh. He's getting up slowly, but he is getting up, which is a good sign, rubbing his head, checking to make sure everything's there. And that's number 20, Kyle Laughlin, went down hard. I didn't see exactly what happened, but he's holding his head. And I'm having a hard time picking, there it is. Had a hard time picking up the ball there, I apologize. And Jordan Johnson's gonna play this ball, see if he can get it into the box and see what we can get for a result here. Beautiful floating ball. West Rutland gets ahead on that, carries to the end line. Immediate pressure, Tyler Groh, that ball carries off the end line. And we'll have another goal kick for Whitchester. That ball's middle. Picked out of the air, Brendan Harvey, number 4. He finds 7, Maxim. Maxim thought about Dow. Now he finds Harvey. Harvey sends that ball back middle. Nice ball. Tyler Grove's going to get off that and see if he can get it to the front of the net, but Whitchester contests, and now it's going to carry all the way to the far sideline, and West Rutland lets it ride out. They'll have a throw, far sideline. And that ball, Tyler Grove allows it to go through, and now good-looking ball to the middle, picked off by Whitchester. They floated out Brian Maxim off his chest, looking to drive that. Whitchester steps in front, and now they're on the move. Harvey tracking back, great two-way player for West Rutland. Excellent job of coming back contesting, and he shuts the door on that. Kyle Laughlin's got the ball. He's going to give way to Jacob Dow, another senior on this team. He sends the ball. Tyler Grove able to shield, and it carries by, and now Grove's on his way to the corner. Nice hesitation move. He feeds back. That's going to be Dow there. He dangles, beats his man, and he's going to try and get a left-footed cross in front of the net here. And that ball is off shin guards, out of bounds. Dow will take the throw. So we played about 6 minutes. We're a 0-0 scoreless tie, second round of the state tournament, boys varsity soccer in Division 4. West Rutland in the home whites, Whitchester in the dark visiting jerseys. They're a 7. West Rutland ended up with the 2 seed. Harvey, beautiful job to shield, finds Maxim. Maxim rolls that ball right to Dow. Dow contested and then shoved off the ball, no call, and that ball's deep. And on this turf, it's going to carry all the way back to Jake Bartlett for the scoop. He thinks about playing short, and now he'll probably take a couple steps and put this ball in the air. Out near midfield. Whitchester first 2. Maxim contests, and now Harvey's going to stick his nose in. Maxim will settle. That's off Whitchester, out of bounds. Brian Maxim with a big throw. He's going to look corner. Finds his brother Eric. If Eric can get around the edge here. He had a run. I do not know what the call was. We've got a Whitchester throw, so apparently they're saying that ball never came in bounds. Unsure. Regardless, Whitchester will have a throw. Number 9, Tyler Serrani gets up, gets ahead on that. He's a freshman that's played very well for West Rutland. Tyler Grove with a flick. Now he's going to pursue and pressure. Volley kick for Whitchester into the box. Down goes a Whitchester player, no call. And that ball's hanging up in the air. Whitchester pursues far sideline. Johnson, physical tackle, no call. And Tyler Grove on the sideline needs to give it and then go. Think he thought maybe Dow was going to cut there. Dow's going to make something happen here. He cuts back, stumbles. Grove goes down. Must be slippery on that plastic turf right now. Grove, nice rollover. Heads to the far sideline, continues to push. And that's going to carry to the football out of bounds line, but still stay in soccer play. Right on the sideline, Whitchester. Boy, I thought that was out, and it was. We'll have a West Rutland throw. And they'll play short to Jacob Dow, who's got plenty of time to facilitate here. Grow looking to move into space, and Dow plays all the way back to Johnson. Excuse me, Tyler Carrington, not Johnson there. And that ball carries wide and out. Whitchester throw. We played about 8.5 minutes so far in a scoreless first half. I believe subs were coming, so we need to hold up on that throw. Whitchester will throw again as soon as they're set. So back to results, 5-1 win over Twinfield, 1-1 tie with Cabot, 2-1 win over Rivendell. These are all Whitchester scores from earlier in the year. And final, they lost to Craftsbury, 5-1. We'll take a look at the West Rutland results as time allows. That's a beautiful box. Finds Kyle Laughlin. Nope, finds Eric Maxim. Having a hard time picking out the players from way up here. And that's Tyler Serrani. He sends middle. Johnson plays back. West Rutland showing a little bit of skill here. That's Matt Hart. He's got great wheels, and he sends a ball corner for Tyler Grove. If Grove can beat one man and then get that ball middle, we'll see what happens. Dow, touch a little too far, but beats his man. Now he's to the end line, and that ball carries out. Touch a little too heavy. And we've got a ball off Whitchester for a West Rutland corner, and they play short. Dow and Eric Maxim have run this repeatedly late in the season, and it has worked beautifully. Probably the two most skilled footwork kids on West Rutland handling that ball. Coming out of the corner, now they'll play a more conventional corner, float this ball into the box and see if somebody can get on the end of it here. And that ball's bending, hits the side of the net, and we've got a Whitchester goal kick. West Rutland with the luxury of a left footer and a right footer up top, who can each handle corners. They've got an in-swinger either way. Dow was able to bend one in at Green Mountain, and Eric Maxim actually bent one in double overtime for the win at Long Trail earlier in the year. Gillette hesitates. West Rutland needs a contest. Tyler Serrani steps up. Now that's a 50-50 ball, and Jordan Johnson steps but does not get there. Whitchester hoping to turn his hips and send a rocket. And that's a roller instead. Jake Bartlett on top of that. Gillette pushing into the box, and Bartlett more than ready for that. Couple steps, low liner, one bounce, Whitchester looking to pass into space. And that's a 50-50 ball. It's going to carry all the way to the sideline. Eric Maxim, nice job to hustle back. He's a handful one-on-one. He gives to Harvey. Harvey's going to give it right back, and then Maxim going to see if he can get through, but Whitchester steps up, sends that ball middle, and it's going to carry all the way back to the west side defense. Kyle Laughlin looking to send that ball far sideline for Tyler Groh, but Whitchester there. Groh looking to contain, and the Whitchester player all the way to the sideline, and that touch is going to carry out, and that a result of the hard work from Tyler Groh there, making things difficult for that Whitchester player. We've got a West Rutland throw far sideline, and we're about 12 minutes in. We won't have use of the clock tonight. Not sure why, but we've got use of a beautiful facility in the lights, so beggars can't be choosers. West Rutland Field was so wet today it was unplayable, and Rutland generous enough to allow us onto this field and allow me into the press box to shoot, which is nice and warm, so I'm a fan. That ball carries all the way near side, out of bounds. Jordan Johnson generally handles the throws from this end. He will. He finds Maxim. Maxim plucks it out of the air with his foot and is immediately pressured, and that ball into space for Whitchester, but not handled very cleanly. And Kyle Laughlin sends that ball up for Groh. That ball bounces up, catches him on the hand. So Whitchester will make a kick from well beyond midfield. Beauty. That's into the box. And Whitchester hoping somebody was going to get on that, but Jordan Johnson never loses a 50-50 header. And that is a whistle back here, and it's going to be a call against Whitchester, probably a shove. I didn't see it. Jordan Johnson allows his forwards to get up, and now we'll see where he puts this. He's looking far sideline. Tyler Groh there comes down in the middle of two defenders. Beautiful ball into space for Eric Maxim. Maxim's got Harvey. Harvey's looking to drive the net, and just a little bit of a heavy touch there. Harvey continues to control. He's going to see Dow. Nope, see Brian Maxim, excuse me. Brian Maxim gives way to Eric, and Eric stripped, and Whitchester on the run. Long ball up the sideline. Played back well, and that's Gillette. He's a nice player for Whitchester. West Rutland needs to keep track of him. That ball carries all the way to the benches for a Whitchester throw. And that's a big throw over everybody. Jordan Johnson's just going to let that ride. Jake Bartlett elects to scoop. He likes the drop kick better than the goal kick, I guess. And we'll see where he's going to place this ball. Comes near sideline. Harvey looks to pluck that out of the air with his foot, but it carries off the sideline. Whitchester throw. Gillette immediately pressured by Maxim, but able to step away and send that ball. Jake Dow, nice little roll back there, gives himself some space. Now he sends Kyle Laughlin on a run. Laughlin looking to hit Groh, but that ball a little too far. Groh continuing to pressure and gets rewarded for his hard work. Sloppy there for Whitchester, but they're able to recover. And we need Jordan Johnson to get on his horse and ride this ball out, and he does so. Johnson has an amazing ability on those balls when he's coming back to rotate his hips and put the ball forward. Whitchester, excellent pressure. And we've got a call against Whitchester again. Official indicating that that call will result in a West Rutland kick. But as Johnson tracks balls back, a lot of fullbacks blast it out of bounds. He's got an uncanny ability to turn his hips and send a rocket that's in play, either right up the sideline or right up the middle. Huge asset for a player like Johnson. Whitchester playing short passes here. Now they'll look corner, but West Rutland sniffs that out, gets the header, and now Brian Maxim's on the run. He's going to send that ball all the way forward for his brother Eric. Eric's going to dangle, and we'll see if he can beat his man one-on-one. Tries to cut back. That ball comes off shin guards, and we've got a West Rutland throw. Brian Maxim's going to come. No, he's not. Eric Maxim's going to play short for Dow, and Dow pushing and shoving, trying to get through to that ball, and they're going to give him a call on that. Just good aggressive play there, nothing dirty, trying to get through the man to the ball who was shielding. And the ref let it go for a little bit and then made the call. So Whitchester kick, we're about 15 minutes in here, and we remain scoreless 0-0. West Rutland home whites, Whitchester, which is a combination of Rochester and Whitcomb, both small schools with dwindling numbers, have combined to make a team. Dangerous. From distance, Jake Bartlett there. And West Rutland. Keeper Jake Bartlett sends that. It's on a hop all the way out to Maxim. Maxim shields. Looks to find Harvey, but Whitchester picks that off, and now Maxim continuing to work. That grass must be slippery. Seen several players go down. We've got a Whitchester throw here. And they'll play short. Dow contests, and he sends a volley up to midfield, played on a hop by Whitchester. And now pushing forward, Whitchester, West Rutland needs to step up and contest, and that's what Jordan Johnson does. That ball a mile high, but not nearly far enough to clear out of danger. Great cutback, this is trouble. A lot of West Rutland players there to contest, and Brendan Harvey gets absolutely destroyed. Wow. I don't think there was anything malicious there. I think two players came together hard, and Brendan Harvey got absolutely destroyed. Soccer luminary Ian Aiken on site. Score. Zeros. About 18 minutes into the first half. Nice to see Brendan Harvey get up after that. I'm sure his dad told him he's all right, and he believed it. I've heard John say that more than once. And he's always right. Harvey settles. Whitchester sends that ball middle. Tyler Carrington shields, turns, tries to get it up and out. West Rutland a little sloppy in their defensive end right now, and Whitchester unable to capitalize, but Dow heard footsteps there. Player goes down, and I don't know about that call.
Get ready, White!
Whitchester looks to play quick. That ball into the box, and it's going to carry off the end line. West side goal kick. So Dow was there when the player went down. I was a little surprised they called a foul on that, but no result. So we've got a West Rutland goal kick, got subs coming. Looks like Kyle Laughlin's going to go take a break. I apologize, didn't see who came in for him. And we'll see where Jordan Johnson elects to play this ball. That's a bomb that carries over everybody. Two hops. Eric Maxim on his horse trying to push it through. Oh, great tenacious work. Maxim continues to have that ball just hang on his foot. Now Harvey breaks out of the pack. He plays wide. Austin May gives way to Tyler Groh. Tyler Groh, aggressive move, good double teamed. He tries to send that through, and Whitchester cleans up the mess and rolls that ball out near midfield. West Rutland turns it right back in. Maxim. Set looks middle. Harvey chips to Dow. Dow is going to take a look and see what he has. That's close enough to shoot, but he finds Maxim instead. Eric Maxim, one of the more dangerous players in Division 4, trying to weave through. Whitchester packing it in down there. And that ball is going to be cleared well up the field, way past midfield. Nice work, Whitchester. I thought for sure that'd carry out, but it did not. Hugged the line. Now Tyler Carrington looks for Grow. And Whitchester there. No Whitchester pursuit here. Here he comes late. Nice hustle to pressure, but the West Rutland defender just rides it out. And West Rutland throw. We're about 20 minutes into the first half. 0-0 scoreless tie here in the second round of the Division IV state tournament for boys varsity soccer. Harvey picks that out of the air and sends back to Johnson. Johnson gets under that one, sends it a mile high. Eric Maxim trying to trap it on the sideline there, but it carries out for a Whitchester throw. Whitchester player calling for the ball and eventually gets one from his teammate. He looks corner, and that ball's going to carry off the end line unless West Rutland elects to play it, which they do not. West Rutland goal kick. So West Rutland with a 10-2-2 record. Successful season for sure. Let a couple get away that they regret, but a 10-2-2 season nonetheless got them the number 2 seed coming into the tournament and a first round bye. We'll go over their results as time allows. That ball bounces back and forth. West Rutland better off if the ball's on the grass. Precision passing. They've got a lot of kids with a lot of skill that play soccer all year long, and it's to their benefit to be on this turf field to be able to pass. But Whitchester picks a pocket there off Harvey. That ball carries all the way back to Tyler Carrington, and he's stripped of the ball. 7 for Whitchester. Hesitation move, Jordan Johnson there, and I don't know about that call. He got ball on that. That is going to be a direct kick for Whitchester in the danger zone. It is not in the box, but it's certainly at point blank range. And it is not a fun night to be in the wall. It is brisk and it is breezy. Eric Maxim back late. And now he's going to mark up in the box. West Rutland boys covering up and hoping. Jake Bartlett, the West Rutland keeper, has him where he wants him. And we've got Gillette steps over, and that ball right into the wall. Brave work for the West Rutland defense there, able to keep that shot from getting to the net, but it's still Whitchester's possession. Deep in the offensive zone, not out of the woods yet. Maxim with a step, that's a rocket. High, wide left. West Rutland goal kick, so West Rutland gives up an opportunity there, and Whitchester unable to capitalize. Didn't get the ball to the net. Jordan Johnson, deep breath and a couple steps, and he gets one up and away. Midfield, West Rutland contests. Nice ball set forward for Eric Maxim. Maxim looking to pressure. Great slide tackle. And that ball carries out. West Rutland throw. Jordan Johnson imploring his forwards to get forward. Brendan Harvey's not sure which line is which. There it is. Tyler Carrington now is going to make the throw. It's the yellow line that's out of bounds for soccer. I have no idea what the blue lines are. That ball on a hop. Eric Maxim thinks about the throw, and then he elects to wait. Tyler Carrington will handle that, and we've got subs. I believe that's Austin May coming off, and probably 20, Kyle Laughlin coming in. Carrington's got Harvey. Elects to send him corner. And Brendan Harvey, beautiful work, tries to split the defense. West Rutland needs to get to that ball. Great stick. Dow, time and space, he ought to hit this. And that's a roller with a little top spin. Didn't hit it as hard as he wanted to. And Whitchester keeper up to the task. He walks to the top of the box, thinks about a throw. And now it's a 2-hop drop kick out well past midfield. That is a bomb of a drop kick right there. Harvey, great pressure. Up near sideline, nobody there for West Rutland. That carries all the way out. Whitchester throw. And Whitchester up to the line. That's Tyler Serrani, number 9, 8th grader, playing like a veteran all year for West Rutland. Big, strong, fast kid, and has definitely been an asset for West Rutland, number 9, Tyler Serrani. Nice future ahead of him. Whitchester turns, Maxim pursuing. Beautiful job to get in front of that ball, and now give it to Dow. Dow, quick move. Beats his man, gets his pocket pick from behind, and now a little bit sloppy. That ball carries out. Whitchester throw. We played about 25 minutes, and we're still scoreless here, 0-0. And that ball, looking for a chest trap, ends up carrying out of bounds, and we've got a Whitchester throw. And we'll see what they try here. Nobody going corner. This must be a pretty big throw. He's looking to get that into the box, which he does. Jake Bartlett off his line. He scoops, hesitates. And that ball comes down. It'll end near midfield. Flicked ahead by Laughlin. Harvey, great pursuit. Nice job. Gives for Laughlin. Laughlin on a charge. Puts the pressure on. And that ball booted out of danger by Whitchester. And we've got a West Rutland throw. Scoreless tie, 0-0. Whitchester in the away dark jerseys, West Rutland in the home jerseys. Field in West Rutland unplayable, so we are under the lights at Rutland High School on their beautiful turf field. Very much appreciate the use of this. Laughlin shields and plays back to Dow. Dow's got a little time. He looks to cross, and Whitchester closes the door on that. Off shin guards, and Dow's going to throw. Dow, number 5. Plays the middle for West Rutland and facilitates Carrington. And plays short for Dow. Dow's got a little space. He cuts back, and he plays all the way back. That's Jordan Johnson. Johnson's going to look far side. Brian Maxim, quick move. Whitchester player goes down. That ball into the box, and hot pursuit. Eric Maxim introduces himself to the Whitchester keeper. And that ball just to midfield. Last drop kick for the Whitchester goalkeeper was about a 60-yarder. That one about a 50-yarder. Dow Shields push from behind, no call. Weaves through traffic. That ball played back. Jordan Johnson. What a great asset. And there's an example of what I was talking about before. Able to turn his hips and get that ball back to the middle of the field. And now Eric Maxim, dangerous. Looking, he carries far side. Too much space. He calmly plays back to Dow. Dow dangles, and he'll try and find Maxim. Maxim now looking for the give and go, perhaps into the corner. Maxim heading to the front of the net. That ball off Whitchester, carrying all the way near sideline. Where is everybody? Whitchester throw, Harvey. Looks for Laughlin. Laughlin tries to get his body in between the ball and his player, but rubbed off by the Whitchester player, and now they play through the middle. Harvey plucks it out of the air and finds Dow. Dow's got Grow on the move. Whitchester closes on that, and now it's a foot race. Grow, a lot of speed, rubbing shoulders, no call. And step over. That ball calmly rolled to the middle. Grow settles and hangs onto that. Nice work. Dow's going to give to Grow. Grow's going to head into the corner with this. He's got great speed. We'll see if we can get a ball to the middle here. He's gives it up for Maxim. Maxim, 2 steps and a rocket. That ball off shin guards and cleared out to the 30 by Whitchester. That ball all the way back to the west side defense. I believe that's Keaton Wright Chapman. Finds Dow. Dow finds Maxim. Maxim steps back. 3 Whitchester players collapse on him. He gets pushed and shoved. No call, and Whitchester comes away. That's Brian Maxim charging to close the door. And this is a dangerous look for Whitchester and Jordan Johnson. Not quite able to track that down, but certainly able to come and shut the angle off and force a Whitchester kick. Excuse me, Whitchester throw. And Whitchester plays short, 25. Middle of the field, and that ball's cleared. Kyle Laughlin, a little too high to be able to play that. This is trouble in the box, low roller. Oh, maybe not a great choice to play that out. Maybe Jake Bartlett wanted to get a hold of that, but regardless, no result. Dicey there, and Whitchester continuing to pressure that ball to the front of the net. Who's there? Woo! Who's there? Jake Bartlett's there. Diving save keeps Whitchester off the scoreboard. We're about 29 minutes in. That was the best chance of the game so far, and Jake Bartlett handles it easily. Dow picks that ball out of the air, plays back. That ball comes wide. Harvey trying to track it and can't. Out of bounds off West Rutland Whitchester throw.
Hubby's way down the bottom, straight ahead of me. We're the only 2 off.
Whitchester pulls that ball out of the air and tries to get through. West Rutland closes the door. Now they play back. Whitchester will look far side, and great anticipation. Tyler Gross steps on that, almost finds Eric Maxim on the move, but that picked off by Whitchester. Laughlin tries the slide tackle, doesn't quite get there. That ball's carrying. West Rutland player goes down hard. They'll call a foul on that. It'll be a kick instead of a throw, and West Rutland player still down. Not much intent to play the ball there. Not sure why the card didn't come out. And player down for West Rutland. And Cody Parker's going to come out, and I say it every chance I get. Tremendous asset for West Rutland to have a trainer who has the skill and credentials that Cody does. Anytime there's an issue, Cody's on the spot. He's at all the home varsity games. Came with us here. Coach Maxim also coming across. I know coaches and parents really appreciate it when Cody's on site and their son or daughter goes down. They know that they'll be taken care of by somebody who's qualified. Takes a lot of pressure off the coaches who maybe aren't qualified to decide whether a player is well enough to go back in. And Cody handles that and just lets the coach know where the player's at. Fantastic to have him there. And that's 14, Garrett Waite is the West Rutland player. He is up and walking off with Cody. Walking a little gingerly, but he is up and not being helped off, which is a great sign. He certainly got buried right on the sideline as he was trying to shield that ball out for the throw. So the call for a foul, but no card there. And Jordan Johnson will put this ball in play. And we've got whistle. So Jordan Johnson, I believe, will put the ball in play again. And there's the whistle letting him know that everybody's ready. That ball out near midfield and over. And Kyle Laughlin, I guess, gets called for a push there. That's a interesting call. Whitchester pulls it back a couple yards. Ref thinks it was maybe closer to the 40 than the 45, and they'll put it forward and see what they can make happen here. So we don't have use of the scoreboard or the clock. It's a 0-0 tie. And with that stoppage for the injury, I'm showing we've been taping for 33 minutes. And I'm going to guess maybe 3 minutes of stoppage time for that injury. So we're about 30 minutes into the first half. And it is still scoreless 0-0 here at RHS on their beautiful turf field under the lights. It feels like soccer weather out there. The temperatures dropped the last couple days. The breeze is steady. The rain has stopped, which is nice. Grow shoulder to shoulder by his man, continuing to push into the corner. 3 Whitchester players collapse, and Grow comes out of the pack. And now he plays back. Dow's going to dangle and see what he can find here. He rolls the ball through the box for Maxim. Oh my God, Whitchester keeper off his line beautifully. Great, courageous play by the Whitchester keeper to keep West Rutland off. And Eric Maxim just now getting up. Beautiful ball into the box. Maxim on his horse charging in. Whitchester keeper out. Collision at the top of the box, and Eric's going to sub out. So Cody Parker's going to be the busiest guy in the facility for the next couple minutes. He'll do an assessment of Eric and see what happened. And not sure what we will have for a resumption of play here. Might be a drop ball in the middle of the field. And I apologize, I still don't see the ball. I'm not sure what we're going to do here.
turn somebody into one.
Yep, right in front of me. Goodness gracious. West Rutland sends that ball into the box. Beautiful ball. Who's there? Whitchester's there. Comes down. And West Rutland player buried in the box. Still laying there. That's Laughlin. No call. Crazy action in front of the net. Dow settles. Oh, great little move right there. He's going to look to cut back. Contested by Whitchester. And settled. Great work. Nice step over Brendan Harvey. He gets shouldered. Almost goes down, but doesn't. That ball up the line. And I apologize, we've got an obstruction here. It's going to be a West Rutland throw as deep in the end as you can get, right next to the flag. And I'll pick it up as soon as it comes in play here.
You're embarrassing. You're over here.
And West Rutland electing to have Tyler Grow put this throw in, which is coming from about as deep as you can get before it's a corner. And there it is coming into the box. West Rutland, who's there? I believe that was Jordan Johnson. Well up into the offensive end there. He needs to get on his horse and get back. That ball's going to carry out for a West Rutland throw. Love to see Johnson stick his nose in offensively there, but need him back on defense as quick as he can get there. Which is pretty quick. He's one of the fastest players every single game. And there's Johnson. And he's going to let that ride. Pursued by the Whitchester player. And it carries off the end line. We have a West Rutland goal kick. Beautiful ball. All the way out to midfield. And Dow controls. Looking for somebody to make a run. That's Eric Maxim. Back end, good to see. And he sends that ball wide left.
Hey, where's Willie? He didn't come? He didn't come?
Whitchester goal kick. That ball. High bounce off the turf, fooled the West Rutland player, and it carried further than perhaps he thought it would. Sent out of bounds. Whitchester throw. We played about 34 minutes. And we are scoreless in the first half. And that ball is going to carry all the way off the end line. For a West Rutland kick, the field proves to be perfectly level there. Out near midfield, who's there? Harvey flicks forward, and we'll have a West Rutland kick. Maxim looking to play quick, and the ref asks him to pull it back. Johnson with a booming kick into the box. Let's see for West Rutland what they can make happen. Tyler Grove flicks, and Whitchester clears out past midfield. Nice step, Jordan Johnson, to send it back into the offensive half. Now it's Whitchester pushing forward. Harvey hustles back, and that ball's going to carry all the way to Bartlett. Bartlett waves off the defenders, scoops easily, a couple bounces, and he'll trot to the top of the box, and we'll see where this one comes down. Low liner, shy of midfield, header pushed back into the offensive half, and that's Tyler Carrington going to settle. And he sends a flick to the far sideline, but nobody there for West Rutland. Tyler Grove, the forward, further up the field than that. Brian Maxim controls. He plays back. Johnson finds Harvey. Harvey with time and space. Now the door getting closed, and he finds Eric Maxim. That touch a little too heavy, carries out. That was looking like it might build into something for West Rutland. If Maxim gets by that last defender, he can start angling towards the net, and good things happen when Eric Maxim takes the ball towards the net. Great pressure, forces an error for Whitchester. West side throw. Time winding down in a scoreless first half. I'm estimating we're about 37 minutes in, so maybe 3 minutes left. And that clock continuing to tick down. That ball over west side onto a Whitchester head. And now Gillette with time and space. Maxim back in a hurry, looking to contest. Great tenacious work. Brian Maxim forces Gillette off the ball, but he sends a beautiful pass far sideline. And West Rutland defense collapses on that and ball out past midfield. And nice step, Brendan Harvey. He was looking to find Eric Maxim there, but Whitchester turns the ball back, and now they're headed into the offensive end. Nothing dangerous there, except Johnson gave straight to Gillette. Eric Maxim, that touch a little too far on this turf. That ball hops right off your feet and just rolls away from you if you're not careful. That is dancing on the line, and it rolls out. Whitchester throw. And by all appearances, we may head into halftime with a scoreless 0-0 tie. Not sure that ball ever came in, so we'll have a West Rutland throw back up from where the original Whitchester throw took place. Brian Maxim pursuing, and he gets his pocket pick. That ball rolls to the middle. Harvey with time, sends it to the middle. Tyler Groh steps over, but he's got speed. Shoulder to shoulder, no call. Shoulder to shoulder gets the call, excuse me. And West Rutland should play fast and get this ball on net. We've got time winding down. This is a dangerous spot. Certainly within range for Dow, certainly within range for Eric Maxim, Brian Maxim. About 20 yards out. Nah, about 40 yards out. I guess the goal is well back of the football goal line, but still within range, and Eric Maxim's got a rocket. We'll see where he elects to play. He does have Dow. Played on a hop by Whitchester. West Rutland gets a corner. That's Jacob Dow coming over to see if they can play short again, and Whitchester's seen it once. And apparently once was enough, so Dow's going to come out now, and Maxim will put this ball to the front of the net, and we'll see what happens. Be a great time to try and bend one in right now. It's a little bit wet out there, and he certainly can do it. Bodies go down, no call. That ball carries, and West Rutland assumed it was going to go out, and Whitchester able to get it up the sideline, and now a lot of time, a lot of space for Whitchester here. West Rutland needs to come back and regroup. Harvey, one of the first players back, and there he is. They need to step up to Gillette. Goodness gracious, Jordan Johnson. Not sure about that call. Collision, and down went Gillette. And this is from about the same distance that West Rutland fired from. That ball bending, and Bartlett handles it, goes to the ground, trots to the top of the box. He may be hoping that we get a call for halftime here. I'm showing 43-30. Tape's been running. We started a little before the game, and we had some stoppage time, and that's going to do it for the first half. West Rutland may be getting a little more than they bargained for from Whitchester. We're 0-0 here at Rutland's beautiful high school football field under the lights. Boys playoff soccer. So I was talking about results from earlier in the year. I'll quickly go over those for West Rutland. As I said, 10-2-2. They started with a 6-0 win over Fairhaven. Great win at Green Mountain over Green Mountain, 5-2. Lopsided victory, 13-0 over Chelsea. At West Rutland's homecoming, first blemish on the record, 1-1 tie to Proctor, and then a 2-0 loss to Arlington in what was a very physical game. West Rutland won in double overtime at Long Trail, 2-1. Blew Bellows Falls out 12-0. Bellows Falls brought 9 players. Coach Maxim extended the courtesy, and West Rutland played with 9 players as well, but undermanned and exhausted by the end of the game. Bellows Falls went down 12-0. I believe they're winless on the year. 7-0 win over Black River, 1-1 tie versus Long Trail, 7-0 win over Otter Valley, 5-0 again over Fairhaven. Second loss of the season, 2-1 at Proctor's homecoming, 4-0 win over Springfield, and the last game of the regular season was a 6-1 win over Black River. So seedings for the tournament, Proctor the #1 seed, their record 8-1-4. West Rutland's the number 2 seed. They're 10-2-2. At number 3, Long Trail's 9-3-1. Number 4, Craftsbury, also 9-4-1. Arlington 7-4-3 is the 5 slot. Sharon at number 6, 10-4-0. Whitchester came in as the 7th seed. They're 8-5-1. Cabot is 8 at 7-5-3. Danville 9 at 6-8-1. And South Royalton was the 10 seed. They were 7-7-0. And it was Whitchester over South Royalton to advance to this game. So we'll take a break and we will be back for the second half. All right, second half action about to start. Whitchester will start off with the ball. West Rutland will have the wind this half, which we're hopeful helps. Whitchester plays near side. Instantly contested. They send the ball middle. Now they come back near side, and that's a dangerous ball. Jordan Johnson there gets a left foot on it. And comes near side, and that's Tyler Groh, looks to play middle. Nope, that was Matt Hart played to Tyler Groh. Brian Maxim powers through, and now he's going to look corner. Harvey on his horse, he's going to get there. That ball carrying near the sideline. Great pursuit, keeps it in, tap dances up the line, floats a ball all the way across the front of the net. Nobody there for West Rutland. Matt Hart's going to play for Groh. Groh needs to turn and look at the net here. Floater all the way through the box. Harvey pursuing, but no result. West Rutland looked dangerous right there. Maxim sending Harvey on a run up the far sideline, but no result. Whitchester goal kick. Bomb of a goal kick out near midfield. Maxim thought he was going to get to it. Carrington does. Maxim sends Harvey up the line again. Here we go. Oh, that's Eric Maxim. He looks to the front of the net. That ball carries all the way through off the Whitchester keeper's fingertips, I believe. Nope, he never got it. Wow. Hard to believe that ball can make it all the way through the box and not end up on somebody's foot, but it sure did. Whitchester throw, and now they're out near midfield. West Rutland plays back, in immediate pursuit by Whitchester, and they're carrying up far sideline now. Looking corner. Dangerous ball, and Jordan Johnson powers through. Whitchester player goes down. Johnson goes down. Johnson just barely getting back up right now. He's looking at the ref. Thought perhaps there was something extra there, but no call either way, and the result is a Whitchester throw from the far sideline. We remain scoreless about 2 minutes into the first half here. West Rutland came out strong and had a couple nice opportunities, and now we'll see what Whitchester can put together to counter. They're looking to swing it around the top, and Harvey, nope, Groh steps to that, looks to find West Rutland feet through traffic, and pick clean, and now Groh picks it back. Quick stutter step, serves to Harvey. Harvey looking up for Eric Maxim. That ball's going to carry off the far sideline, and I believe we're looking at a West Rutland throw. Eric Maxim will play quickly to Dow. Dow's looking to settle. He plays back to Brian Maxim. Brian Maxim steps into one. That is an absolute bomb. It's up, and it's through the uprights. But that's not what we're looking for. Result will be Whitchester goal kick. Out near midfield, Whitchester first two, and they flick. Jordan Johnson with a volley. He sends it into the box. Whitchester header, and now Dow's going to pull that ball back down onto the turf and try and put a charge on, but West door closed. Hart plays middle for Brian Maxim. Maxim, relentless pressure, but Whitchester comes away with that ball, and they send it all the way down into the west side end. Jake Bartlett out to play. Drop kick on a hop. Nice ball through traffic. Jordan Johnson shuts the door. Shoulder to shoulder, Whitchester player just bodies the West Rutland player off. Tyler Groh comes back and gives a little help. Now he looks middle. That's Eric Maxim. He's got a streaking Harvey. send that one a little further ahead, and Harvey's off to the races. Instead, it goes a little too far to the middle, and Whitchester closes the door. Now it's volleyed back and forth, and Brian Maxim puts on a burst of speed, and he is looking far sideline. Eric Maxim pulls that ball out of the air, and he's dangerous. He's on the run. He's going to get all the way to the front of the net, and great pursuit by the Whitchester defender. Running shoulder to shoulder with Eric Maxim at the last minute, gets a toe on that, sends it out off the end line. Temporary stop to the danger there. And this will be a corner for Jacob Dow, who's got that left-footed hook that will come to the front of the net. You can see the flag right there. The wind is blowing right to left into the front of the Whitchester net. We'll see what we get here. Beautiful high curving ball. Matt Hart with a volley. It's up in the air. Whitchester keeper up over, I believe it was Tyler Groh. Gets that with a tip of his fingers and pulls it down. Not a great drop kick, controlled by West Rutland. Maxim's going to look for Harvey. Harvey, great job to step two, but Whitchester pokes it away, and now they're on the run up the far sideline. Tyler Serrani, number 9, looking to contain. Tyler Carrington, 13, also looking to contain. Brian Maxim dropping back. Somebody for West Rutland needs to step up and contest this. Great cut. That was a stab and a miss. And that's Tyler Serrani wearing one for the team. That's going to leave a mark. Tonight's the kind of night where it absolutely burns when you get smacked with the ball like that. Not much fun, but great throw. Carries through, and Maxim thought he was on the run, but Whitchester steps up, sends that ball, and now it's midfield. Whitchester sends another ball. They're looking to send corner, but no pursuit for Whitchester. That ball carries out off the far sideline. Jordan Johnson, number 3, going to put this ball in play. Jordan Johnson, one of several West Rutland players who have played soccer all year long for a number of years. 7, Eric Maxim. 11, Brian Maxim. 4, Brennan Harvey. 5, Jacob Dow. Jake Bartlett in net. All putting in the extra time. And it shows in the footwork. Certainly showed in the conditioning. There were a lot of West Rutland players who worked hard all summer long. They had captains' practices on Mondays for soccer. On Wednesdays, they got together and had informal scrimmages with kids from Fairhaven. And on Friday, more captains' practices. Tuesdays, they had Summer League basketball. On Thursdays, they had open gym for basketball. This is danger. Great pursuit, Harvey. He's got one man to beat. He sends that ball looking to the front of the net. I believe that must have caromed off Whitchester shin pads. That is not the case. We got a Whitchester goal kick. We're about 7 minutes into the second half here, and we remain scoreless 0-0. Whitchester, the 7 seed, comes in and plays. Was supposed to play at West Rutland today, but continuous steady rain made the West Rutland field unplayable. Athletic Director Joe Harrington able to work with the Athletic Director Norman for Rutland and arrange for us to play on this beautiful field, safer for the kids, and obviously a better soccer game. This is Dow dangling. He rolls that ball to the front of the net, and who's there? Maxim's going to turn, see if he can fire. Harvey needs to get there. Excellent pursuit, steps over. Who's he going to find? He finds Maxim. Maxim's heading to the end line. If he can turn that corner, he's dangerous. That ball out, and we have a West Rutland throw. Whitchester just elects to put that fire out for the moment by booting it out. Maxim to Harvey, back to Maxim. And he's beat one man, he's beat 2 men, and he's dancing on the end line. Sends that ball to the front. Matt Hart, that ball's a mile in the air. Who's there? I believe that was Dow that got up and got a head on that, but it did carry out wide of the Whitchester net. Excellent pressure for West Rutland, but no result. West Rutland needs to find in the back of the net here. The longer this stays 0-0, the longer Whitchester is in it. Maxim goes down and then immediately back up. Hot pursuit. That ball. Volley. Jordan Johnson. Whitchester first 2. Beautiful step down, but off the Whitchester player. Oh, down goes Jordan Johnson, perhaps. Yes, sir. Fixing his safety glasses. He is as fearless and as tough as any of the players I've seen in high school soccer. Tremendous asset for West Rutland. Great senior leadership, tons of speed, tons of grit. And thinks about it, and thinks about it some more. Maxim's going to step into one. That ball's a mile high into the box. Whitchester header. Dow's going to fire from here. Left foot off Whitchester. That's going to carry off the end line. That's a spot where he can put it in the back of the net right there. Whitchester fortunate to get a body in front of it. It carries off the end line. We'll have a West Rutland corner. And Dow going to have a left-footed corner from the far side. And we'll see what we end up with here. West Rutland sending some numbers forward to the front of the net. 11 Maxim. 13 Carrington. 3 Johnson's heading to the front of the net now. Dow bends it. Oh, it was heading for Maxim, but Whitchester sniffs it out, and now that ball out. Whitchester steps 2. Nice short pass. Brian Maxim's going to contest that. Beautiful move, Whitchester, and that ball heading up the sideline. And flick back. Harvey steps over, goes shoulder to shoulder. Ball stays in. So he takes a left-footed try up the sideline, headed back. Maxim settles, hesitates, finds Dow. Dow with space. Couple steps. He's coming near sideline, thinks better of it, plays back all the way to Keaton Wright Chapman, I believe. Keaton Wright Chapman going to look to get off this ball, and he finds Kyle Laughlin. Laughlin steps over, and now that ball just floating in the middle of the field. Nobody wants it. Eric Maxim finally says, I'll take it. And he's headed into the box. Whitchester shuts the door on that, and hands were up. That's a call against Whitchester. Looks like the front of the net is about 10 yards off the end line, so this is about a 42-yarder. Brian Maxim's got the foot to get it there. We'll see what happens. He's going to get it up on every little tuft he can, but they're hard to find on this artificial field. It's pretty flat out there. And we'll see where Maxim elects to play this ball. He steps into it, and that was not the result he was looking for there. Harvey, excellent pursuit, but we've got a Whitchester throw deep in their own end. And West Rutland needs to mark up and lock him in here. Somebody in the crowd asking the same thing I was thinking. How far do you get to run up the sideline before you have to make the throw? Ref calls the Whitchester player back, and here we go. High kick. Harvey steps 2. Whitchester with a flick up and over, carries out. We've got a West Rutland throw far sideline. Tyler Carrington looks like he'll handle this, and he looks immediately to Harvey. Harvey back to Brian Maxim. Maxim chips that ball into the corner, and Eric Maxim's going to pursue, as is Brennan Harvey. That ball flicked mile high, and it's dancing on the sideline, but stays in. Tyler Carrington, nice job to contest, but it's a Whitchester throw. We're about 12 minutes into the second half here, and we remain scoreless 0-0. Whitchester in the dark uniforms. Combination of Whitcomb and Rochester, both small schools with declining numbers, so they've combined for most of their athletic teams. Frantic work out there. Brian Maxim went down hard, no call. Jordan Johnson. Beautiful move to get this to the outside. That touched a little too far, but he's able to recover and chip it. It carries off Whitchester shin guards out of bounds, and Johnson will handle the duties on the throw in here. Eric Maxim pulls that ball out of the air, but that touch carries off the sideline. Whitchester throw. Great job to step up and contest there by West Rutland. Back and forth, Tyler Serrani header out of bounds. Rochester throw. Deep throw, looking corner, nobody there for Whitchester. Not sure that ball ever came in bounds. It'll be a West Rutland throw back up where the attempt was made, and it'll be Jordan Johnson. Maxim traps with his chest, and it carries back to Dow. Now that ball just hanging in the middle of the field. Brian Maxim steps up. He plays wide to Harvey, but Whitchester steps in front of that. And now they've got something building here. They look to the corner. Jordan Johnson. Love having Jordan Johnson on the West Side team. Crowd reacts to that no call. Whitchester player went down there. Tyler Groh, through heavy traffic, gets his pocket picked. That ball sent up far sideline. Nobody there. Great work. Harvey to Dow. Whitchester steps up. That's a volley. Heading for the far sideline. Harvey tries to pull it out of the air with his foot and drop it to the turf there. Carries out, and I'm not sure how that was a West Rutland throw, but we'll take it. That's Eric Maxim trotting up the sideline because we've got another West Rutland throw. And little cross communication there. Throw went corner, and Maxim did not. Tyler Serrani challenged on the far sideline. He likes to play back, quickly back to the sideline. There's Brian Maxim in the middle of the field with a little bit of time and a little bit of space. He sends forward between two West Rutland players, and neither step towards that one. Keaton Wright Chapman with a smart play there, shields that ball as it carries out, earns the throw. Flick goes forward now, Rochester, Whitchester. Up in the air, West Rutland header. Tyler Groh's going to settle and get his pocket picked by Whitchester. Number 4 looks to the middle, finds number 8, and that is great recovery and great pursuit, Tyler Groh. Jordan Johnson like a freight train coming through the middle of the field. Players get tangled up. That was an awkward fall for a West Rutland player, and he's still down. Not sure who that was. Tyler Groh goes down due to a shove, and West Rutland player, maybe Tyler Carrington, having some difficulty. He went down awkwardly, twisting up with a Rochester player. West Rutland will have a kick near midfield, but Cody Parker out again to check on the West Rutland player. And he's walking off under his own power, but he doesn't look comfortable. Cody Parker will bring him over. Take a look. I say it every time Cody comes on the field. It's such a tremendous asset to have a licensed trainer at all of these events. West Rutland School Board electing to pay that fee, and Cody is at all home varsity games, and it's fantastic to have him there caring for the kids. Crowd getting a little rowdy here. Jordan Johnson's going to put this ball forward. That's a cannon. That's all the way into the box and off ahead. Tyler Groh is going to get on his horse and see if he can track that ball down, and he shields, and it carries all the way out. We're obstructed by the windowsill here, and I'm not sure if it's a corner or not. Eric Maxim is walking over as if it is. So we'll see what we can have happen here. I'm going to pan to the front of the net because I can't see Maxim put this ball in play. Here it comes, all the way far post. Nobody there for West Rutland, and it carries off the end line. Well, players there for West Rutland, but nobody able to do much damage with that corner. Rochester, Whitchester goal kick. About 18 minutes into the second half, and we remain scoreless 0-0. Kyle Laughlin, first 2. Dow settles, and he looks into space, looking for Groh. Matt Hart there. He chips, but by Groh. And Brian Maxim steps up, floats that ball in. Brendan Harvey, not sure where it is. It's carrying to the far sideline. And that goes off Harvey's hip, but not out of bounds. Great work, Brendan Harvey. He's going to get across here. He finds Maxim in a dangerous spot. That ball up and over. Tell you what, Brendan Harvey hustles. Brendan Harvey makes stuff happen. I think he's been the best West Rutland player in several games this year. He doesn't show up on the score sheet very often, but he plays both ways, hustles back and picks up men to keep stuff from happening, and he made it happen right there. Picks that ball out of the air, back and forth. Dow with a little flick forward, finds Maxim. Maxim needs to get there, and he does. See if he can beat his man. He does. Left foot. What you got, Eric? He gets back to the middle. That's a ball to the front of the net. I think that was Brendan Harvey that sent that offer to the front of the net. It carries far left, but West Rutland putting the pressure on right now. They need to put one in the back of the net. And maybe not just one. 19 minutes in. Excellent pressure, West Rutland. And that ball out near midfield. Brian Maxim first too, but his header carries back. And excellent pursuit. That ball carries out. West Rutland throw. Keaton Wright Chapman gives way to Matt Hart, who's going to handle this throw. And he looks short. I believe that's Dow. Hard to tell with the toucan from this distance, but regardless. Tyler Groh, 50-50 ball, and Whitchester clears. Pinballs back and forth, and now Brian Maxim plays looking far sideline, and Whitchester first step. Great job to pick the pocket there. Keep that ball on the grass. Whitchester player, hot pursuit, goes flying by, and Dow calmly dangles, and he'll trot. And now he's looking for Brian Maxim there, but that ball picked off, now shoulder to shoulder. Dow with one player to beat. Little poke there, Whitchester, and sent forward, but nobody for West Rutland stepped, and Whitchester did. That ball is a 50-50 ball, and they're gonna have a go from way out. That ball wide left, Jake Bartlett can't even get to it. It rolls all the way out onto the track, and Jake Bartlett's gonna go for a walk out into the dark out there. Result will be a goal kick for West Rutland. So this is Division 4, second round of the Division 4 state tournament for boys varsity soccer. Thanks to PEGTV for allowing us to use this equipment and put these games on air. Everybody who gets a chance to watch, I'm sure, appreciates it. That's Maxim, flicks up and over, and he's on the run. Oh, needed the header there and couldn't get it. Tenacious work, comes away. He's got 3 players to beat. He beats 2.5. Can't quite get through. And look at him continue to work there. That's a West Rutland throw. That is Eric Maxim showing you some grit right there. They look corner, and that's Eric. If he can settle this and turn up the goal line, he's a handful. He's able to save it, but ends up turning it over, and that 50-50 ball comes out. Rocket pass. Back and forth. A little bit sloppy over on the far side, and that's Tyler Serrani. Needs to take an angle and head right to the post, as he does. Great overlapping defense. Jordan Johnson steps, and Tyler Serrani fills in behind, and that ball high and wide of the mark. West Rutland goal kick to follow here. Got multiple soccer balls coming out. Jake Bartlett sends the one on his side back to the ball boy, and Jordan Johnson puts his up on the tee. Out near midfield, flicked forward, and forward again. Eric Maxim, hot pursuit. West Rutland needs another player up there to help close the door. Oh, turnover for Eric Maxim. This is a dangerous spot. And he pulls the trigger. And that misses the target, up and over. Dangerous spot. Eric Maxim, a deadly finisher from in close. And he didn't get out over that one. Great step, Jordan Johnson header. Picked out of the air, Dow. Great move. Sends Harvey on the run. Harvey's going to continue to pursue this ball all the way to the corner. He's got one man to beat. Hands in his back. We'll see what he's able to do here. Double teamed and plays back to Dow. Dow's going to turn the corner. He should let one go here. He does. Whitchester player there for the block. Out to Maxim. And disbelief on the part of the West Rutland players on that call. I didn't see it. But that's going to put an end to that push up the field for West Rutland, and now Whitchester turns. And they're looking corner, and guess who's there? Jordan Johnson looking to contain. Rocket. Woo! Jake Bartlett. His best save of the night. Outstanding work. I'm assuming that was Gillette that got just a little bit of space from Jordan Johnson. And boy, he let a rocket go. Might have knuckled a little bit there, and Jake Bartlett, full extension. Dive and a save, and then dives to get on the rebound, and now West Rutland looking to counter. Dow cuts around his man. He looks forward for Maxim. Maxim heading into the box, but Whitchester sniffs that out. Now Brian Maxim finds Tyler Groh. He's dangerous, long, lanky, fast. Cutback move. And West Rutland continuing to pursue. That's Matt Hart. One-on-one with his man. Ball carries off the end line. And I think we're looking at a goal kick here, the way West Rutland's backing off. So we're about 24 minutes in to a scoreless second half, and every minute that goes by, the tension turns up another notch. First goal is going to be a big one here. Brian Maxim first two. Brennan Harvey picks it out of the air and looks to send it. Now it's Whitchester ball. They settle, far sideline. Harvey there to pressure and force the error. West Rutland defender steps over that and now looks middle. That's a dangerous, lazy pass. Whew. Whitchester looking to send a man through that West Rutland defense. Dow's going to settle and see what he can make happen. He sends it up and over. This is Tyler Groh. He's got great wheels, and he's going to continue to pursue and pressure. He's able to poke it away, and this is Matt Hart's going to step into one. Oh, baby. That would have been a big goal for Matt Hart as a young player on this varsity team. He stepped into it. He can't hit it any harder, but it was up and over the top. That whole sequence made possible by the relentless work of Tyler Groh to continue to pressure the Rochester defender until they made a bad play there. Johnson, pursuit, shoulder to shoulder, rubs his man off and sends it out of bounds. West Rutland throw, far sideline. And we are still 0-0 in the second half. Second round of the state tournament for boys high school varsity soccer. That ball slowly rolls off the sideline, and we've got a West Rutland throw. And that looks like Tyler Carrington might have come back on, but I can't tell from this distance if that's him or not. We got several West Rutland players wearing toques. And we've got another West Rutland player down. Not sure who it is. Yep, that's Carrington again getting helped up. So he did make it back into the game, and he goes back down hard, trying to get off the field with a little bit of help, and he goes back down. Cody Parker again there to offer his assistance. I know as a parent in years past, I've had children of my own go down playing sports, and to have a trainer there is certainly a comforting thing. Offer that unbiased opinion, offer their expertise, helping the player either come back or get healthy as quickly as possible. No call. Harvey pursues. Whitchester sends that ball, and it's going to carry. West Rutland player shields, and it rolls off the sideline. We'll have a West Rutland throw. And that is Carrington over on the track, able to get back up with the help of Cody Parker. That ball middle, sent forward, and Whitchester first two. Looks like a tennis match out there right now. Both teams just hitting it hard up the middle. Now Dow settles, and he sends a floater into the box. Hot pursuit, header, keeper out off his line, diving, top of the box, mayhem in the Whitchester box. No call, no result. West Rutland player goes down hard, and I believe we've got a call there. Courageous play by the Whitchester keeper to come out. Just got a fingertip on that, rolling around, flailing, but West Rutland unable to close the deal. Looks like this is Eric Maxim, and he'll try and float this ball into the box and see what West Rutland can do. Brian Maxim has a chance. Brendan Harvey, Tyler Groh, both in the area, but no result. Whitchester decides to pull the plug and kick it out of bounds as hard as they can. Give their defense a chance to regroup, and we've got a throw. That's into the corner. Back to Groh. Groh plays back to Maxim. Maxim sends that ball beauty into the box. Harvey goes up. Shoulder to shoulder, but no result. Eric Maxim beats his man. Weaving through. Dangerous. Almost a handball. The official on the far side calling for the handball call. And we have a handball in the box, I believe, is the call. Oh, baby. Jacob Dow's been handling these duties for West Rutland. I'm not going to lie, he's my kid, and I'm really nervous right now. But he handles these. He's calm and cool. He just sets it down. It's an incredibly tough spot for the keeper. You just got to dive and hope you get hit with the ball. It's impossible to react to where it's going and actually make a save. Your heels have to be locked on the goal line until the offensive player strikes it. And we'll see where Dow elects to put this. It's 0-0, about 30 minutes into a scoreless second half, and Dow steps up. He's got to wait for the whistle. And good grief, the pressure's building. Bang! Jacob Dow puts West Rutland on the scoreboard, 1-0. How about that? That's a beautiful thing right there. Those some happy West Rutland boys. So I'm estimating we've got about 10 minutes left. We don't have access to the scoreboard or the clock. Tape's been running this half for 31 minutes and 20 seconds. There's been a little bit of stoppage play for injury, and clock does not wind on a penalty kick like that either. And we'll see how West Rutland elects to play this. Whitchester plays forward and looking corner. West Rutland sniffs that out. Immediate pressure. Now Whitchester plays middle. Maxim, great pursuit. He's got some space. That touch a little too far, and boy, did he go down hard. And that's going to be a call against Whitchester. Maxim trying to come through, poked the ball, and then tried to get his body through a space that was not big enough for his body. That call goes against Whitchester. And Maxim appears to be up and okay. Jordan Johnson plays short and quick for Maxim. Maxim misplay, but works out just fine. He's looking into the box now. That ball's bouncing all the way back to the Whitchester keeper off his line, and he surveys the field. We'll see where he elects to put it. Not much urgency. A lot of wasted time in a soccer game. I'm always amazed when you're down 1-0. Every time the second goes off, it's to your detriment. That ball headed forward by Laughlin. Tyler Groh with a touch to the middle, and then he pursues. That's a 50-50 ball, and what's the call here? Handball, perhaps, on Tyler Groh. Ernie Whedon, the official spotter for tonight's game, picked that one out. Thank you, Ernie. Whitchester trying to get something going. Floats that to the front of the net from distance. And Jake Bartlett, not in any hurry to put this ball in play, as he should be. Patient with that. Nobody in the zip code for West Rutland. Whitchester traps, and now they've got space. Maxim's got to close the door on this. That is Gillette, and he carries behind the windowsill. I apologize, lost track of the ball there. Matt Hart with pressure sends that ball forward for Maxim. Maxim burst to speed, great work. He's weaving, winding, hands off to his brother Eric Maxim. Burst to speed, he looks forward. Tyler Groh's on his horse. Whitchester keeper's gonna come out. Tyler Groh unable to hold up, goes down over the Whitchester keeper. He's done a nice job coming out on several balls tonight. Now Whitchester plays far sideline. And Dow looking to contain. Whitchester plays back. Now they're looking middle. And Matt Hart, I believe, sends it further middle, goes down. That's a skipper. On a bounce, wide right. West side goal kick. leading 1-0 on Jacob Dow's penalty kick. I'm showing 34 minutes of tape rolled so far. So I'm assuming we're under 10 minutes here in the second half. Jordan Johnson's going to put this ball in play. Right up the middle. Who's there for West Side? Nobody. Skips over. Look at that ball carry. All the way out of bounds. And it's a Whitchester throw. And clock ticking. Jake Whedon doing his best to keep up with play, but he's got short legs, poor kid. He's the ball boy. And I apologize, missed that throw, but Whitchester controls. Brian Maxim steps in front, and now he's going to look corner. We'll see who's got the wheels for West Rutland. Who's on that? Should be Brendan Harvey. There he is coming into the frame, and he's going to pursue, and Whitchester's just going to let this ball ride, and that's going to be a corner. Brendan Harvey makes stuff happen every time he's on the soccer field. That is nothing but pure hustle right there. Tracks that ball down, puts the pressure on the Whitchester player. And the result is a mishandle by Whitchester and a corner. And Dow's on the trot to go ahead and put this ball in play, and he'll be deliberate as he should, clock in his favor, continuing to wind. He's going to set it up just the way he wants it. Tough to come off the track onto the grass, I'm guessing, to get this ball in play, but bending to the front of the net. That ball comes out, and it's going to be Eli Petit, I believe, with his first action. Whitchester strips the West Rutland player. I think that might have been Kyle Laughlin coming in hot there with a slide tackle. Whitchester player goes down. Crowd reacts, but no call. If you get to the ball, it's a clean slide tackle. Eric Maxim. Oh, great challenge, Whitchester, but Maxim continues to hang on to the ball, and they're going to call a foul on Eric Maxim. Now, Eric Maxim is 5'5" and might weigh 140 pounds. I'm not buying that foul, but I don't have a whistle and I don't have a say. Whitchester sends that ball far sideline. Harvey, now he's working on the defensive end. Whitchester sends that ball deep, and it's going to carry. West Rutland player goes down. Little shove from behind. Well, West Rutland player goes down. Shove from behind, but results in a Whitchester kick. And he's pulling a card out on Jordan Johnson. I'm going to need to rewatch this. That is not what I saw, but perhaps I'm wrong. So, dangerous moments here for West Rutland. Johnson getting a card, I believe, needs to come off the field. So we need a sub for our best defender. Nope, Johnson's still there. I guess I'm mistaken. What is going on? I have no idea. So I don't have any idea what's going on here. I've completely lost track. Did they just give a second card to Whitchester there? Hey, Ernie, did they just give a card to Whitchester too?
I think we got it.
I thought it was a card on Jordan, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Well, confusion all around. Not sure what the delay is. And Johnson does need to come off the field because of the card. And this is not a great spot for Jordan Johnson to come off the field. He is a rock on defense. Not sure who will sub in here.
I told you he sucks.
Got a toucan. Might be Tyler Carrington. If it is, got to give him credit for coming back from his second injury. It is Tyler Carrington. Courageous. So we have a Whitchester kick from deep in the West Rutland end, but near the sideline, and that's a floater into the box. West Rutland up with a header. There it is. Jake Bartlett needs to come get this, and he does. And now we got a little push and a little bit of shove here.
That should be a red card right there.
And I don't know what any of those hand signals by the official means, but we had a Whitchester player with a two-handed shove on the west side keeper as he clearly had control of the ball. Now the officials confer. Third official comes over. And Bartlett clearly had control of that ball in his own box. Might have had some colorful words for the Whitchester player, perhaps, I don't know. But gets the two-handed shove from the Whitchester player. I have not seen that. I don't know what the proper call is. Certainly at least a yellow card, I would think. So West Rutland's going to huddle together here as the officials finally figure out what they're going to do. So the official's calling for somebody. And it'll be matching yellows. I don't know who. Oh, baby, that's Gillette. So he'll go sit. And Kyle Laughlin for West Side goes to sit for the yellow card. And on the exchange, Jordan Johnson comes in from his yellow card. Things getting a little frisky out there. And I honestly have no idea what we have for time. I'm showing 40 minutes of tape has rolled, but we've had stoppage time for injuries, we've had stoppage time for a PK, and now we've got quite a bit of stoppage time as the officials sort out the yellow cards. Really don't know what transpired in the box other than Jake Bartlett clearly had control of the ball and was the recipient of a two-handed shove by number 23, Gillette, as it turns out. So matching yellows, Gillette off the field and cannot come back in until there's a Whitchester throw or kick. Jordan Johnson puts his foot into that and it carries. Tyler Groh, excellent pursuit. Now Whitchester's going to look to counter here. Eli Petit, number 15, looks. Maxim hooks that ball. Groh able to redirect and it's going to carry. Groh, hot pursuit coming in. Whitchester elects to play back and Groh continues to pursue. Forces a sloppy play, but no second wave there for West Rutland. They may be sagging back a little bit. West Rutland stabs, no result, and that ball was headed corner until I believe Tyler Serrani got up and sent it. Now it's a 50-50 ball, and guess who's there? Brendan Harvey. Miscommunication there. Brian Maxim, fortunately not pressured there, and after that miscommunication, elects to just get that ball as far out of bounds as he can. He sends a cannon, now it's a Whitchester throw from their own end. So Gillette can sub in on that. I'm not sure if he did or not. And again, I've lost track of the ball here. I apologize. No, it's a West Rutland throw on the far sideline. So my mistake. And they play corner. Brendan Harvey, immediate pursuit, and guess what? West Rutland throw. He jogs over. Time to be a little bit deliberate here. Tyler Carrington going to throw it in, but Jordan Johnson charges into the offensive zone. I'm hoping he can get on his horse and get back. He is one of the fastest kids, but with a 1-0 lead, I like Jordan Johnson back near our net instead of up forward in front of their net. Great job to shield that. Carries out. That's Jake Dow getting a little help. He'll walk over and we'll have a West Rutland throw. I'm showing 43 minutes have been taped. And again, I've lost track of time with the stoppage time for injuries, PKs, and cards. But West Rutland with a 1-0 lead late in the second half of this game. This is the second round of the state tournament. The only score so far, Jacob Dow buries a penalty kick. And it's a West Rutland throw. Brian Maxim with the biggest throw on the West Side team. He'll take a couple steps and he'll send this as deep into the Whitchester end as he can. That ball never comes in bounds. So Maxim trying to paint the line, tries to paint it a little too fine. Whitchester throw, they're pushing forward. That ball, corner, overlapping. We've got a whistle. And it's coming back this way. I did not see the call, but it's a West Rutland kick. Clock continuing to wind, which is obviously to West Rutland's benefit. Proctor won earlier today on a 1-0 goal late in the second half, so they've advanced. Johnson. Great ball. Nice to see the distance on that. West Rutland looking to run this clock out. And the further away from your own net it is, the better. Oh my God! West Rutland player absolutely destroyed. No call, he's still down. I can't tell you who that is because I'm tracking the action. Slowly getting up. Whitchester player completely out of control, flies through. Can't tell you who it was, but all the West Rutland players are back up, and that's an elbow to the face. Things getting a little dicey out there. Whitchester perhaps a little bit frustrated. Tick-tock. Clock winding. Johnson sends this ball, and Eric Maxim settles, turns, got a little space. He's always happy to try and add on to the score sheet. He looks for Grow. That ball picked off by Whitchester. Now out midfield. Immediate pressure now. Brian Maxim steps into one, rolls that deep into the Whitchester end. Tyler Grow there to pressure, forces a pass to the middle. Maxim contains and then comes away, touch a little too far. And Whitchester. Now it's 50-50 ball. Harvey on the spot. Whitchester player on top of the ball, perhaps a handball there, not sure what the call was, but it is against Whitchester. I show 46 minutes of tape gone by. We must be winding down. That ball floated into the box. Tyler Grow there to pursue, and it carries off the end line. Jordan Johnson imploring his teammates to get back. So not a goal kick, that was an offside call, I'm guessing. And Whitchester's going to look to get this ball up the field quickly. Great job to elevate there, Eric Maxim. Harvey steps through, 50-50 ball in the middle of the field, header. Harvey gets up for the header, and now Eric Maxim lofts that ball deep into the Whitchester zone, and happy to let these seconds slide off the clock. Whitchester plays up, and Eric Maxim volley sends that back to Whitchester. Tyler Grow has logged some miles today. He's continuing to pressure, but not much gas left in the tank. He's jogging. And there you have it. That's the end of the game. And it's a 1-0 West Rutland victory here at Rutland High School. The only score mark of the game is a penalty kick for Jacob Dow. Buries it. John Harvey gives the thumbs up. His kid played a fantastic game tonight. Excellent work across the board for West Rutland. That was a hard-fought win. First round bye means you don't get the gimme. Your first game as a team that's already advanced in the tournament, which Whitchester had with a win over South Royalton. We'll stay for the handshakes, and I believe West Rutland will jog across and get a hand from their fans, which is always a pleasure to see, so we'll stay here for that as well. Hard-fought game, got pretty physical down the end. West Rutland players on the ground all over the place. Tyler Carrington injured at least twice, if not 3 times, and able to come back in the game at the end when Jordan Johnson had to leave the field due to a yellow card. And West Side player gonna come over. That's my kid thanking the officials. And now the rest of the West Rutland team comes over, gives knuckles to the officials. Love to see it. Thankless job for those officials. Now Whitchester's going to come through and extend their appreciation to the officials. And West Rutland gathering back at their bench. Coach Maxim had to be pretty nervous throughout this one. It was a tight game. Both teams with many opportunities. And West Rutland able to capitalize on one of them. Handball in the box results in a penalty kick, and Jake Dow able to roll it past the Whitchester keeper. Fantastic to see. So looking at the bracket, West Rutland's going to advance, and they will play the winner of Sharon against the winner of the Long Trail Chelsea School. So that game, I believe, rained out, will happen Monday, and then the Sharon game will, or the Long Trail game will happen Tuesday, and West Rutland will find out who they play on Tuesday. Outstanding. Coach Maxson put this in place about halfway through the season. Go find somebody and tell them you appreciate them coming to the game. And I know there's a couple moms and dads that absolutely love getting that sweaty hug at the end of the game. So fantastic work. West Side 1-0 win. Nice season for Whitchester comes to an end. And thank you to PEGTV for allowing me the use of this equipment to put this game on TV.